clear, cold days of winter, when the earth is buried under its glistening blanket of snow.
Easy drink.
Oh shit. Let's go 30 months? Oh my god, 30 months? Holy shit, my guy. Thank you so much, Kula. I appreciate it. Stay awesome and just the way you are, friend. Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I was gonna stream earlier today, actually. I was in the mood to, like, you know what, I just want to go live. And then guess what? My phone I use for tracking was fucking dead. So it's like, okay, you know what? Fine. I guess I'll just wait an hour and charge it as quickly as I can. There's not much else I could do about that, really. Oh well. Oh well. Phone really just quit the game. Nah, the battery's fucked. Like, there's nothing I can do about it, really. It's got to be plugged into like a proper charger, like 24/7 at this point. And the thing is, my PC that it's connected to, so like the tracking works, doesn't charge it faster than it's spending on like the program it's connected to. Disembodied voice, though. I have no scenes for it. Like, I legitimately don't have any scenes for, like, going back to just not having anything on screen anymore. So on life support, essentially, which is funny because this phone was share stream returns. Oh my god. It's funny because like the phone that I have here, it was bought technically used, but I paid extra for it to have like be completely repaired with new battery and everything in it. So it should be basically brand new. But yeah, that's just goes to show that Apple's products really aren't that great. They don't last very long when it's not the newest model. Back to Gremlin X mode. I mean, it's fine for now. I do think I have enough, you know, battery life, at least for a stream today. Whatever. So how are you all today, people? Kula, Alarasa, Supreme, Stylo, Lady. I hope you're all having a wonderful one Monday. I can guarantee you that I'm oh my god, yawning and then get thrown a plushie at me. Okay, I'm struggling. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm struggling hard. Mostly because, you know, it's like 30 degrees right now. Is it still 30 degrees or did it lower? Hold on, let me check. Let me check real quick here. Hold on, this is here. Ow, bitch! Oh, okay, no, it's it says here that it is currently 21 degrees, but it feels like 25, and I think that's because of the humidity. So, oh dear, oh my, like, it's hot. Oh yeah, it's very hot. I don't really know how to cope. I don't have any copium for this kind of shit. I'm sadly one of those northerners who is not too keen on the summer weather. Personally, not a fan. Not a fan of it. I gotta be honest. It's 20 at my place and there's a thunderstorm above me. Lucky. I mean, they have said something about that, like, a thunderstorm is coming over Denmark as well. So I guess we'll see. We'll see if suddenly I hear thunder above me. Who knows? Maybe. That reminds me, actually, people. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, before I got sick. We had like, for just like, I kid you not, 4 hours. That was all it was. It was just 4 hours of really heavy rain while I was at work, right? And I kid you not, a thunder, like a lightning and thunder hit the ground 2 kilometers away. 2 kilometers away. I kid you not. Like, it was like the lightning was like blinding for just a brief moment because I saw it when it happened. I was looking in the direction where the lightning was striking. Like, it was just like really bright for a short second. I saw the lightning beam in the sky. And like 2 seconds after that, I just hear this enormous boom. That really put it into perspective of how absolutely terrifying lightning actually is. Like, it's powerful and scary. Really puts Thor into perspective. Hey there, Ranger. But yeah, no, lightning is scary. And like the people who are struck by lightning, I can never imagine, like, I know it's something about like the lightning actually just short circuits all your nerves, like for a brief moment, if you survive it, by the way. If you survive like being struck by lightning, apparently the reason you can survive is because the lightning literally short circuits all of your nerves prematurely. So you literally just go limp. So, yeah. Strike me down, Zeus! Oh, boy. You don't have the ball! Oh, boy. Yeah, no, lightning is scary. Phone, excuse me. Hello? Oh dear. Give me just a second, people. There we go. Just have to do that. There we go. Well, if it isn't the sweet forces of nature beyond my comprehension. Yeah. Nature's scary. Damn, nature, you're scary. Also, hi, Halo. How you doing, buddy? But, yes, I wanted to stream today. Considering I've been gone for so long because of, you know, COVID and all that bullshit. I was like, nah, I want to. And then, like, my phone was just like, nah, fuck you. You can't do it. I'm like, oh, okay. Good, acquired food and drink. Hey, nice. The Rona had you out of commission for a week or so. I'd say roughly 2 weeks, actually. I've been out of commission for 2 weeks. Because we're halfway through the month now. And I was like proper sick like on the 3rd. So yeah, no, I've been gone for 2 weeks. But I'm back, bitches, and I have no plan on what to do. There's absolutely nothing I can do about that. Also, Jinx, we said that nature's scary line at the same time. Technically not, Halo, because remember, there is a delay on the stream. So, by that definition, I said it first. Just uno momento here, people. There we go. I have returned from my previous peril. Now I have come to do nothing. Yes. Don't ruin his moment. It was at the same time. But by America's time, as you put it, the internet standard, we are even. What? But by America time, as you put it in the internet standard, we were even. Well, again, no, if you go by that logic, then, like... Again, I've said it like several hours ahead of you. Yeah, right? Or is it behind? If we go by the whole hour logic. Is America ahead or behind? Hold on. Hold on, boys. Hold on. They would be... Oh, you're behind. Okay. Yeah, you're behind. So... See, you may be right, but you're also wrong. And hey there, Badger. How you doing, buddy? Then do some wicked Danish acoustics for a 6-hour echo. Bruh. It is just my voice that's really, really low. Oh, boy. It just has a natural reverb. Yes, exactly. Very much so. Ow!
Here's your drink.
Thanks. My bombastic vocals reaches far beyond the sky of the Northern Hemisphere and reaches the American and the Western Alps without so much as a sweat on my forehead. Oh boy. Wicked Danish Acoustic sounds like a nickname for a Borderlands boss. He is the thunder, snakes the clouds, he does. Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, it's very difficult to like think of content in this heat. I've learned very quickly that like warm weather, it just fries my brain. I can't really like think creatively in this kind of weather. It's bad, dude. Like it's really bad. Oh, good lord. Soon he will shout meat bicycle. Nah. Meat bicycle, nah. Nah. I'm gonna be honest, the whole meat bicycle thing, like, it was during, like, the whole Borderlands craze, right? I played both Borderlands 1 and 2. Krieg as a character was never really that interesting to me. It was, like, neat to, like, oh, you can play as a psycho? Okay, cool. But that was about it. All of his random outbursts with the excuse of like, no, he's a psychopath. That's why he says these random things. I'm like, I don't know about that. Turns to end. Turn around, pretty robot lady. Oh boy. I don't know. I love the Psychos. Krieg, big fan. I am. That's fair. Personal, I'm not a big fan of it. Then again, they also kind of just screwed over most of all the characters, really. Like, the pre-sequel really just made me hate every single character from the first game. Like, legitimately, when I heard the plot of, and I saw the plot of, like, the pre-sequel, and I learned what all of the main playable characters from the first game did. I'm like, how am I supposed to root for these guys? These guys are assholes. And then the whole thing like, oh yeah, well, of course, everyone's an asshole in this universe. And I hate when people do this, by the way. I hate when people like set up this like giant world and they just say like, oh, no one's a good guy. Everyone's an asshole. Everyone's like a dick in some way, shape, or form. And at that point, I'm like, well, why should I then root for any of them? Why should I root for anyone if they're all dicks?
Our strongest drink coming your way.
Yay, more subs.
Yay? Thank you, Retro, for the tier 3, buddy. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you. I don't think Vault Hunters are meant to be seen as heroes, just the lesser of two evils. And again, I think that's stupid because it's obvious that some of the characters are like, they're meant to be taken as like leaders and heroes. Like, look at, what was his name? What was his name? You know, the soldier guy you can play in the first game, the black guy. Roland. Yeah, Roland. He's supposed to be looked at as you know, as a hero. But he's like, he's no better. I'm like, yeah. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Roland changed after Borderlands 1 to be more for the people of Pandora and Borderlands 2. Still, that doesn't change anything. Like, if you're supposed to have the mentality that everyone's a dick and everyone is a bad guy, then why did they then focus on making Roland into like a hero archetype? While in the back of like, in the background, like, all of the original characters were part of, like, you know, Handsome Jack's downfall and all that. And they just screwed him over for the sake of screwing him over as well. It just kind of ruined a lot of stuff from Borderlands for me personally. Like, why should I root for these people? Like, at all. Why should I root for any of them? I see it slightly like we look upon Jack Sparrow. We root for him, though he's still a pirate. Yeah, well, see, the thing about Jack Sparrow is that, like, he still has morals, dude. Like, he's a pirate, sure. But, like, if you look at that from that perspective, he's a pirate with standards. He doesn't want to deal in slavery, for example. That's like a hard pass for him. And again, in the universe of Jack Sparrow, they're still good people. I think that's also why I don't really like Warhammer 40k that much. Because, like, people in that community are like, no, it's Dog Grim. It has to be horrible no matter where you are in this universe. And I'm like, oh, okay, so everywhere is just absolute horrible. And, like, the majority are like, yeah. And my mindset then goes, well, in that case, why should I even bother being invested in this place if there's nothing worth fighting for than just fighting? And then there's always that little, like, part of the community that's like, no. There are places in Warhammer 40k that's actually pretty normal, like. And at that point, I just kind of think, like, well, if that's the case, why do people keep on saying there's nothing? Uh, 40k has that charm, though. Fight for the factions. I don't, again, I don't see the point in fighting for a faction if every faction is evil in one way or sort. Like, what's the point? If literally no matter what faction you're on, everyone does something absolutely horrible, then why should you fight for them? I don't understand it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just in that mindset that, like, if the side you're on doesn't have, like, redeeming qualities, why should I be, like, on that side? 'Cause your evil is better than the other evil? Yeah, no, at that point, at that point, like, no. At that point, I'm still evil. Again, like, personally, I don't find the appeal in that whatsoever. Like, personally, I think that's not fun to be engaged in at all. I'm sorry. Then again, like, Warhammer 40k, just in general, the fandom can get really, really bad. Like there's a lot of books and content, both official and not official, that just makes me think this is just disgusting for the sake of it being disgusting. If it's a game where you're meant to be a villain and destroy, then fair enough. But if you're meant to be stopping evil in a world filled with other evils, including yourself, then yeah, it doesn't make sense. Exactly! Like, exactly! Then, like, what is the point of fighting if, like, your side is evil just like every other side? Like, no matter who wins, it's gonna be miserable anyway. You know? So what's the point in fighting? Cause it's fun? I'm sorry, but I can't see the fun in fighting for a faction that you know for a fact is just gonna make shit like horrible anyway. At that point, just give up the fight and let someone else just mess everything up. Because if you win, it's still gonna get messed up. There's no point in the fighting at that point. The one thing I know about Warhammer fans is that they only talk about Warhammer. I disagree. I have a few friends who are Warhammer fans. Don't give the main character heroic behavior when they're written as a bad guy unless they're supposed to turn good by the end of the game. See, like at that point, like that's... Again, that's different because like at that point it's about character growth. But Warhammer 40k isn't about character growth. It's supposed to be stagnant, apparently. Like, the Warhammer community, they actively despise any, like, faction who is good-natured. There was a good-natured faction, by the way, people. The Tau started out being a good-natured, like, relatively new faction that joined the community. And then, like, because of the entire community just being like, we don't like that they're good people, make them evil. And so the freaking, like, people behind Warhammer 40k literally had to change them to be another kind of evil. Because the entire community is like, we don't want any goody two-shoes in our universe. And, like, then again, then what's the point? Like, in my perspective, okay? The entire community hated Tau. Greater Good became more of a cult following. That's what I'm saying! Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with anyone who's a fan of 40k, alright? If you like it, great. Keep enjoying the content. Keep enjoying the lore and the world and everything. But if you ask me, when I look at all of the factions, right? If I look at all of the factions in Warhammer 40k, right? They're all literally just orcs. Except the actual orc faction is hilariously funny. The others are just there to fight for fighting's sake. While being overly serious or overly gross. The orcs are literally like the only faction that is inherently evil because it's their nature. And they've made it into a comedy show. Legitimately. The Orc faction, being an evil faction, is like the only faction in Warhammer 40k. I'm like, okay, you know what? I can understand you want to fight for that faction because it's funny. It's funny, all right? But like when it comes to like the Empire of Man, right? You're literally playing as Nazis. Like, your entire faction is literally just Nazis of different degrees. So, it's between orcs who just want to have a good fight. The Empire of Man, who's literally just different colored Nazis. Oh. Hello, Sora. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. My name is Ace Combo. I am a Space Viking VTuber. And currently, we're talking about my pet peeves with 40k. I hope you had a great stream, Sora. What'd you do, buddy? But yeah, like... freaking... Space Viking VTuber, you're not a bartender anymore? Nah, I haven't been a bartender in like... solid year now, I think, almost. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been that. It's been a while? Yeah, it has been a while. But, like, yeah, no... Warhammer 40k, like I said before, the orcs, they're the only evil, like, faction I can get behind, because it's literally just about having a good fight. Then there's, you know, the Empire of Man, different colored Nazis, like I said. Then there's, like, the Tau, which they turned into a cult because people, you know... they didn't want them to be good guys. I was doing cultist stuff? Ah, okay. There is the,
Here's your drink.
Ow, thank you. Org 1 War. Imperium of Man, only man. Space elves are space elves. No. Space elves are not just space elves, okay? The space elves in Warhammer 40k are, it's literally torture porn. I kid you not. Like, the space elves were made specifically just to make it canon that there's torture porn in the community. Like, seriously. That's what the elves are. It's torture porn. They made a horny good princess. Sure, yeah. And then, of course, there's the chaos, which is, you know, it's all about just being gross, horrible, disgusting, and, you know, that's what it is. The only other faction I'm like, this is interesting, were the... oh, what are they called? It's the, like, the robot mummy skeleton dudes. What are they called? I forgot what they're called. Both, Alarasa. Necrons, thank you. Necrons is another one of the few interesting factions because the Necrons aren't inherently evil. They're just pissed because they were, like, fucked over by other factions a long time ago. And so they're, like, waiting for all of their overlords to wake up again so that they can actually start, like, putting the hammer down, as far as I've understood with them. Old undead space Egyptians from eons past. They just want to die due to radiation. You see, like, they have an actual, like, interesting goal in mind. They're like, dude, we don't want to do this anymore. We just kind of want to go. We're done. This place sucks. Just leave us alone. And, like... it's just like... and that's why I hate what they did to the Tau faction. I legitimately despise that they, like, took the Tau faction and made them into a cult just because, like, the community were like, no, we don't want them to be good guys. Because, like, the way they apparently set up the Tau from the very beginning was that they were a good-natured, militaristic, like, faction that came in too late to the Warhammer, like, 40k universe. They will never win. That's the thing about them. No matter how hard they fight, they're never going to win anything. That in itself is like a tragedy, right? But then they have to go like, oh, on top of that, they're also a cult that's trying to, like, you know, force everyone into their beliefs because, you know, fuck you, they have to be evil. I'm like, oh, okay. At that point, again, then what's the point of fighting for them? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand the appeal of that, you know? Like, it's, oh god. It's just, especially when I heard about the Tau, right? Like, one of my friends who are really into Warhammer 40k started explaining the Tau to me. How, like, they were not even discriminatory towards other races, right? They were like, hey, if you want to join us, we're going to take care of you. And, like, take you under our wing and into our, like, ranks and everything. If you're willing to fight with us and for us. I'm like, I can get behind that. Right? That sounds cool. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you have to be castrated because we don't want like inbreeding between our people and your people. And like, you have to like be brainwashed because like we need to be evil. I'm like, okay. All right. What's the point? What's the point, man? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't. I really freaking don't. It's like, no matter which faction you're on, right? You're just evil. You're just evil because you have to be evil. Cue Mr. Incredible meme. Grimdark is grimdark. When did greater good exist? Well, see, that's the thing. Like, if something is grimdark, there can still be good people in it. Because here's the thing, if there's no good in a setting that's supposed to be grimdark, then it's not grimdark, then it's just dark, or just grim. Because if there's nothing to oppose the grim and the darkness in a setting, again, then like, what's the point in fighting? Tyranids are good guys, they just want to eat. Again, yeah, the Tyranids is a gray area because, you know, from what I understand, the Tyranids are just animals. That's it. They're just animals who's trying to live. Like, and again, that's fair. Like, I wouldn't call them as evil as they're just kind of, you know, they're neutral. They're just animals trying to survive. But then from what I understand, suddenly the Tyranids are like, oh no, they're actually part of the warp or chaos, and like, they're actually demonic entities that is feeding on anything living because, like, they have to be evil. Like, it's like, okay, then again, what? I don't. Oh my god. Everyone has to be evil. You have to be evil. I have to be evil. You guys have to be evil. Everyone is evil. I'm like, oh god. I still love the thought that the Tyranids have surrounded the 40k galaxy, that they're legit surrounded. Sure. I'm evil. Yeah, everyone's evil, apparently. No, you can't create a good faction. The game is grim. Yeah, essentially that's their mindset. that's all they think. Like, you can't be good in Warhammer 40k. It's bad. And then they have like the audacity, like the community itself, right? Have the stupid audacity to be like, no, there's no good guys in this universe. There can be no good guys. And then they go and write these fucking fan fictions where like their specific like space marines are like really noble people that take care of like everyone around. And I'm like, no, bitch, no, that's not that. Fuck you. Like, no, that's not how this shit works. You can't be hypocritical like that. You can't be like, no, Grimdark, you have to be, there have to be an angle. You have to be evil. And then they just write these like stories where like, oh, these are just good guys that's like fighting a war to protect the weak. I'm like, nope, fuck you. No, they don't. That's just the salamanders. Well, like, why are people not complaining about the salamanders then, huh? Why are they not complaining about them? If the Tau can be good-natured, then why are the salamanders allowed to be that? The boys with massive flamethrowers save more people than other space marines. Well, I stand by my question. Because it was made day one. That's no excuse. That's even more of a reason to let the Tao be good people. But no. They have to be evil. Like, I'm rambling. I'm ranting. I'm sorry. I apologize. Say that to the community? Hell no. I don't want to say that to the community. I'm going to get death threats if I do that. It's just like... Also, some of the stories from like books that's apparently canon in the Warhammer 40k universe really just makes me think that like there's some really messed up people like in the company, because some of the stuff in those books are grotesque and horrible and disgusting just for the sake of it. Like, and we're really just talking body horror here. It's annoying when people contradict their own main premise by making segments where they act as the complete opposite of what they've been created to be. Yeah, exactly. On today's episode of Hills We Choose to Die On. Like, okay, I'm gonna give a little warning here, people. This, what I'm about to explain, that's part of Warhammer 40k, can get a little graphic. I'm not gonna show anything, but I'm gonna explain to you something. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Apparently, there's this book that's, from what I understand, is canon. That's detailing like a platoon of like guardsmen from the Empire of Man. And I think like 3 different space marines that's like stranded on a planet that then gets like caught by chaos, a chaos faction. And then they like get pulled into this meat factory of people where like women are strung up and gives birth to like demons, and it's just horrible. And then they go into great detail about like how they stuff the space marines into these women, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I reading right now? What the fuck is this? And like there were several times where it was just like, I don't want to continue. Like, who finds this interesting? This is horrible. Like, it was at that point where I'm like, yeah, no, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this. I don't really want to repeat it, Stylo. If you really, really want to know, you can, how do you do it? I think you go into, my channel. From the channel, you go into, like, videos. And then on the current running, stream, you can click on it so you can go back in time on the stream that's currently running. I think that's something you can do. I've been able to do that at the very least. But it's just a lot of messed up, horrible. To the VOD I go. Yeah, please do. I don't want to describe that shit again. And like when I read that and I dropped it then, right? And so I was like, okay, I don't want to keep reading this bullshit, but like maybe there's a reason behind all of this bullshit. So I went like on YouTube to find someone who reviewed the book, right? Who went through all the shit that like I went through in the book. Oh, hey Midgie. Good you first joined now. And like he reviewed the book, of course, so he went into details with some things and other stuff. And apparently, like, sure, some of them get away from that horrible nightmare situation. But, like, most people just die. And I'm like... what is the point of this story? And, like, apparently it was just to emphasize how horrible the chaos was. I'm like... So you just described torture porn for the sake of torture porn. And body horror. That's it, huh? And apparently, yes. I think that's why the only like Warhammer 40k content I actually enjoyed was like the Emperor. What was the series called? The Emperor uses a text-to-speech program, because it pokes fun at everything Warhammer 40k while still like apparently being lore friendly. So whenever all the messed up stuff happens, they just make it really flamboyant and stupid. That's the only point I can enjoy it. But the lore, I don't care, all right? I don't care, man. Like when it gets that gross, I'm like, no. And that's, by the way, this is coming from a person who actually enjoyed the Dead Space series, all right? I loved the Dead Space series. That is pure body horror. But the level of body horror in Warhammer 40k is just, it's just like excessive, okay? It's just body horror for the sake of it being body horror. And at that point, I think like, all right, someone definitely has a kink of this shit, like up in the higher ups in the company. Like, it's just kind of like, it's just, I'm sorry, but like, and so like, I have a good friend, right? My friend Richard. He's a big Warhammer 40k guy. And he told me, he straight up told me, dude, this is the best advice I can give you about this kind of shit. Find the stuff in the lore that you like and fucking stick to it. Don't explore any other bullshit that might look bad. Okay? Just if you like the Tau, just look into the Tau and just enjoy that lore. All right? That's all you should be doing. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, all right, like sound advice, I guess. But should that really be like, should that really be something that you would have to do to get into something? You know? It's like, I'm sorry, but this boy right here is just gonna stick to Star Wars, man. Willful ignorance approach. Essentially, yeah. Like, when it comes to Star Wars, like, don't get me wrong, Star Wars has some messed up stuff as well, but nowhere near that level. The worst you're gonna find in Star Wars is, when it comes to this kind of shit, body horror-wise, is like the Ragul disease, which is literally just a mutated zombie virus, and slavery, which is in almost any, you know, fantasy setting at this point. That's the worst you're gonna, like, experience in Star Wars. Star Wars has zombies? Oh yeah, Miji, yeah, it does. Hell, there's even, like, again, one of my all-time favorite books that I actually, it's actually one of the few books I've read to completion, is the book called Death Troopers, which is literally Dead Space, but in Star Wars form. No, it's called Death Troopers, Stylo. I kid you not, hold on. Star Wars Death Trooper. I'm meaning the virus. Blackwing, yeah, that sounds about right. That's a game I want to play. You know, the funniest part is that Han Solo and Chewbacca is in the book as well. But yeah, it's like the cover of the book. Oh, right. There was like a trailer for it as well. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Let's look at the trailer here real quick. So like Star Wars Death Trooper trailer? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. So all right. This trailer here is just going to give you a feeling of what the book is all about.
Imperial Star Destroyer, do you copy? This is the prison vessel Purge requesting permission to dock. Our hyperdrive is damaged and we are in need of immediate assistance. Imperial Star Destroyer, do you copy? Is anyone there? Sir, their comm is up, but we have no response.
Destroyer 316, this is the commander of the Purge. As a result of your repeated failure to acknowledge our distress call, I hereby authorize the salvage of your ship. Prepare to be boarded.
That is the oh boy, it's a great book as well. Like, it's a great book. Legitimately. Gimme. Like, it's legitimately, it's literally just Dead Space, but in Star Wars. It's so good. I remember, like, when I read it, one of the key things in the book that really just freaked me out when I read it was like the plague is spreading, right? This is before all of the zombie shit happened. The plague is like spreading, and like it's spreading onto the Purge, which is like this prisoner vessel that came across this Star Destroyer that has the virus on board. People are dying left and right, right? They're like just coughing up this black ooze and they're dying on the ground and stuff like that. And in the hallway to the infirmary, right? Like the medic bay, it's just littered with dead bodies because there's no room in the medic bay where like the doctor, one of the main characters, are. And like, one of the other main characters goes through that hallway to reach the medic. They get in there, they have a little talk, right? And as soon as, like, when I read this, it got so chilling because, like, when they go back outside into the hallway, all of the bodies are gone. All the blood is still there, but the bodies are nowhere to be seen. And up until that point, like, there was nothing. Up until, like, you know what's happening, but, like, there was no sightings or anything. All the bodies were just gone. And I was like, ooh. It's such a good book, like legitimately. It's a great book. It's one of the few books, like I said, that I finished, and I can wholeheartedly recommend it. I have it on my freaking shelf as well. I have the physical book on my shelf. Alright. I'll be right back, boys. Quickly gonna get something to drink. So give me just a second. I'm back. You know, thinking about it, right? I think it also boils down to the fact that, like, I think it's the setting I really enjoy. Right? Because, like, either if it's a spaceship or just a regular ship, right? Like, you're trapped inside this huge, like, facility or, like, contraption. And you can't escape it, right? Like, because everything around you outside of it is just, like, either dead air or just water, right? And you know there's shit happening on that. The lungs. The lungs? Is it a book or is it like a movie? I don't know what it is. It's in Death Troopers. Ah. It's a long time since I've read it. It's the Wall of Lungs, right? Yeah. But, like, I think it's the setting, because that's also why I like the Dead Space, right? Because, like, you're trapped in a giant spaceship with, like, monsters roaming around. When did you last read a Star Wars? A long time ago, like I said. I have the audiobook. Vat of Lung starts to scream. Oh. Right. In a galaxy far, far away. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ryan. Hope you're feeling better, dude. Slightly. Yeah, I am. I'm doing slightly better. I still have a bit of a cough and a little bit with snotty nose. But other than that, yeah, I'm fine. That's a noise profile I look forward to using in D&D. Oh, trust me, Halo. And Migi and Retro for that matter. I have ideas when it comes to more horror sessions. Because I've come across creatures and enemies that isn't even from 5e that can be really fun to use. And we're not talking about false Hydra here. We're talking about stuff you guys don't know about. More obscure creatures. And oh boy, they be gross and spooky. That Eldritch miniseries will be fun, huh? Oh, it's not even from that, Halo. It's not even from that. I found stuff that's like... Ooh, I forgot what... Like, I can give you guys one. There's this monster, right? I forgot what the name of it is, but essentially it's this giant, like... creature with several long necks that leads into, like, human faces. That has like bat ears, and if it kisses you, keyword, it doesn't bite you. If it grabs a hold of you and kisses you on the forehead, you have 4 hours before your head pops off of your body and turns into just a flying head that tries to eat people. Like... Some of these creatures are messed up, man. Oh boy. I found a lot of really cool and fun monsters I can use when I get back to it. Oh god. My nose is so annoying. I just got a phone call, so I missed whatever the monster was. Good, Midgie. A gibbering mouther? That sounds familiar. Oh. Right. That thing. I'm building a sound library for one specific session. Ooh. That's interesting. There is one specific kind of monster that I do not want to reveal because it's a monster I actually want to use in my campaign. And no one's gonna ever see it coming. That's the funniest part. No one's gonna see it coming. Oh, ew. Alright, for those of you who might be lurking. Let me read this out for you real quick here. Alright. So. Of all the terrors created by foul sorcery, gibbering mouthers are amongst the most wicked and depraved. This creature is the composite eyes, mouths, and liquefied matter of its former victims, driven to insanity by the destruction of their bodies and absorption into the mouther. Those victims gibber incoherent madness, forced to consume everything in reach. Oh boy. Hey there, Kate. Welcome, welcome. We still gotta fight Bones McGee. He's out there now. Yeah, and you wanna know what the funniest part is, Halo? That was just a grunt from from that realm. He isn't even like a high-ranking demon. The effects of those is crazy, by the way. Oh yeah, no, I can read that. I'm the lurking from Source Stream. Ah, okay. Apologies. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Yeah, you said as much, which is the worrying part. Oh yeah, no, I have I have a lot of ideas, but I gotta find time to make more sessions. Also, I gotta make sure not to make, you know, this session just pure horror and terror all the time. You gotta find that balance. Big bone dragon thing. Dragon thing. Dragon. Oh God. Excuse me, boys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back.
Where's the Flying B payroll?
Hello? Ow! Ow!
Here's your drink.
Dick! Ow! Dick! God damn! Ugh. Draco Lich? Oh, no. It was a bone devil. Yeah, that's what you faced off against. Cheer combo. F you guys! Also, hey, King Guy, how you doing? You wanted to see where it would go. Ah, I see. Of course. Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, no, I have lots of ideas when it comes to D&D, right? But it's about finding time to set up more sessions and plan stuff and all that kind of shit. And that's gonna be a bit more difficult in the future. After that session, we all realized we need to say rest when we need it. Yeah. Fine, I'm having a decent... Oh, shit! What? Dude! Happy birthday, Game Guy! Oh my god! Happy birthday! Still mad about it. Which you, in particular, are good at. Well, yeah! Oh, boy. Happy birthday, Game Guy. Can we get some hearts in chat for Game Guy real quick, people? Like, come on, everyone just like, happy birthday, Game Guy. Big happy birthday. Big happy birthday. Every heart I got coming up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. So yo. Follows me. Oh yeah, apparently Marvel's Spider-Man is coming to PC soon. Which is, you know, weird. Oh, it's out apparently. Okay. It came out like 3 days ago. Okay. I love how the first and most helpful review on Marvel's Spider-Man is like, good game, good port. Bloodborne now. Oh my god, there's so many people who just want Bloodborne. Oh boy. This deal for it I've seen is about €50. I mean, it is, you know, brand new. Well, on PC at least. Oh boy. I mean, I've platinumed the game, so I have no reason to play it again. I got literally every trophy in Marvel Spider-Man. I did everything. Literally everything in that game. That's how much I enjoyed it. So I see no point in me getting it again. So what? Either. God, I'm sweating. I want more pictures of Spider-Man! Well, I'm sorry, but I can't provide that. I apologize. Ow. Thanks. My nose is just really being like annoying today. Like, I constantly feel like I have to like blow my nose, but I can't. Oh no. Oh no. All right, people. I don't usually do a reaction on stream when it comes to YouTube videos, but this one is a bit important for me. This one is a little bit important to me. Diablo 4 monetization plans leaked. This is gonna be good, isn't it?
We got some pretty big news for Diablo 4 today, thanks to surveys Blizzard has been sending out, hinting at some of their specific plans for monetization. On top of that, there were also a few leaks from the Friends and Family alpha test showcasing character customization, difficulty options, info about looting, and in-game trading, or the lack thereof. But let's go ahead and start out with everyone's favorite topic first. That is monetization. Apparently, Blizzard has been sending out customer surveys recently, displaying various pre-order and special edition bundles for Diablo 4. The first one of these actually surfaced earlier in the month on October 3rd when a screenshot of a Korean survey leaked, but being in Korean and just a screen grab that was only reported on a Korean site that I was unfamiliar with, it was kind of hard for me to verify the legitimacy. However, just yesterday, a complete version of this survey in German was posted online. This not only appears to verify the Korean one from a few weeks back, but it's also more understandable to me knowing a little bit of German. Oder auf Deutsch, ich verstehe ein bisschen Deutsch. Not that that is necessary because Google Translate exists, of course. Okay, so specifically, the survey presents various pre-order bundles asking users which would they prefer. From this, we now have a list of at least some of what they are intending to.
Okay, let's see here. A cosmetic change to your character's armor, 5 skins in total, 1 for each class, can be used any number of times. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that, considering it's, you know, cosmetic. A rideable creature that allows your character to move around the world faster, unlocks after completing the campaign. Again, I don't see anything wrong with that. Changes the appearance of your mount, no impact on gameplay. Again, I see no problem. A cosmetic one, item attached to your character's back. No influence on gameplay. Okay. In-game currency that can be used to purchase current and future cosmetic items in the in-game shop. That one worries me. Access to the Battle Pass with premium rewards for playing cosmetics only rewards. Okay. Access to the game a few days before official release date. Okay, whatever.
To sell, the short of which is this. There will be a box price, of course. This will vary depending on the bundle, plus the following items will be available for purchase. Cosmetic armor for your characters that, according to the survey, has an unlimited number of uses, and being cosmetic, we will assume it will not affect gameplay. Mounts will be available for sale. Interesting note here, they say that this feature unlocks after completing the campaign, but of course you'll be able to buy a mount before you can use it. Duh. Mount armor as well, which they say is cosmetic only and has no effect on gameplay. Back adornments, such as cloaks and wings, again, they say this has no effect on gameplay. Now, for some of the fun stuff, there will be platinum. This is an in-game currency that can be used to purchase existing and future cosmetics from the cash shop. The Battle Pass,
Nice.
contains both free
Hey,
and
thanks for the
paid
follow, Kate. I
track,
appreciate it.
rewarding cosmetic only rewards. They are really driving that home in this survey. And then finally, early access will be for sale. Depending on the bundle you purchase, you will get either 2 or 7 days of a head start. So the bundle prices ranged from 40 to 150 euros, and the survey was several pages long, presenting different price and offering configurations, at the bottom of which the users were asked to select which of these they preferred. And
So the only thing that I'm really like against on that list, right, is the early access thing. Because you're literally paying extra just to get the game before everyone else. I'm kind of against that. But that's a personal take on it.
assume everyone just picked the cheapest options that gave the most amount of stuff because, of course, I mean, I get it. They're doing market research, but it's also just a little bit funny to me. Like, yeah, I'm going to pick the cheapest one that's got the most things included in it. That is the option. Just automatically select it for me, survey, okay? Now, as to the contents of the survey, what it reveals and what I think about it, we have known, of course, since Diablo 4 was announced that the game would have cosmetic microtransactions in addition to its base box price. Although part of me had hoped that they wouldn't go down the path of monetizing every type of cosmetic in the game. It seems like that is going to be the case. We've got skins for character armor, weapons were mentioned, cloaks, the back adornments, and mounts. I mean, that is just about everything you could sell a cosmetic for, short of them having skins for like your attacks and your spells. Yeah, totally possible that it's coming down the road. But yeah, they've got skins for literally just about every type of cosmetic that exists in the game attached to our characters. Although I was hoping that they wouldn't sell cosmetics for all of these things, I am also not surprised. I assumed we would be getting some variation of these different elements, getting all of them, but I assumed as much. Again, not surprising. However, as is so commonly the case in a lot of AAA live service games nowadays, they had to go that extra mile, and they are selling a season pass in addition to early access.
Right.
So disappointing. That's on me, I guess, because Blizzard doesn't have a track record that should inspire optimism as of now, right?
Nope.
But here's the thing. Like, on their own, season passes are frustrating systems designed to induce FOMO and get you playing every day so as not to miss out on your rewards. I mean, it sounds like I'm reading from a dictionary definition here. And I know you have all heard this spiel before. I'm sure you get the railing against battle passes and why they're an issue. I don't need to retread this ground. But I will say this, although I dislike the trend of so many live service games having these, seeing a battle pass in a free-to-play game like Fortnite, I get it. The game is free, and so a season pass functions almost like a subscription that a lot of players will spend $10 to $20 on every like 1 to 3 months, depending on the game and the season length strength and all of that. But here's the thing. Diablo 4 has a base box price. At the minimum, it looks like it's going to be $40. I'll assume that it'll be $50 or $60 probably.
Yeah,
$60
probably.
Games, let me just say this. $60 games should not have battle passes. That's my...
No, I agree on that one.
And especially a $6 game that also has
I agree with that.
Cosmetic shop should definitely not have a battle pass. That's where I'm coming from here. And speaking of the shop, of course, it's going to have its own digital premium currency, as mentioned in the survey. We've got this thing called Platinum, which, by the way, you 100% can guarantee will be offered in bundles that are just shy of the price of the items that they're expecting you to want to buy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the entire reason in-game shops, in-games have digital currencies. They could just sell you the skin for $20, but why do that when they could sell the skin for 10 platinum coins? But that $20 bundle only gives you 8 platinum coins. Oh, shucks.
Yep.
Guess I'll have to buy another $20 bundle. But then after purchasing the skin that cost 10 coins, you now have 6 coins left. What are you going to buy with that? Absolutely nothing. So fork up another $20. On top of that, they'll probably toss you a few pity platinum coins here and there, but it's not them doing you a favor as much as it is trying to get you to think, well, gee, hey, now I got 3 free coins. I only need 7 more for that cool skin, so let me buy another one of those $20 bundles. And please try not to just roll your eyes and think I'm being hyperbolic here. This is literally the exact reason digital currencies exist in games. That is the purpose. It's kind of like gift cards, right? Like they're expecting you to have money left over that you in your account that you eventually forget about and just never use. That's the entire point. That's how gift cards work. That's how these spend your dollars to turn into this currency, and then that currency turns into purchase, but you never quite get enough for the purchase, so eventually you'll just have money sitting in there and they just get it for free. It's not like it was we're buying digital items, right? We're talking about data here. They're trying to siphon money off of that, in addition to the fact that they're charging you for it. It's a whole thing. Anyway, none of this is surprising, unfortunately. It's also not unique to Diablo 4. A lot of games do all of this and much more. In fact, many games go a lot further in terms of how far-reaching they are with their monetization. And if nothing else, I'm not going to have an entirely negative slant here, because that's just not how I function, right? I'm happy to see that they have stuck to cosmetic only based on the survey. They're living up to the word of not having things that affect the gameplay, just visuals.
Like Diablo Immortal.
Yet they appear to be keeping to their promise. The survey does not show any pay to win or pay for convenience features as of yet. No buying character slots, or inventory space, or materials, or experience potions. None of that. I think the part that's frustrating for me and why I kind of got a bit worked up was that I expect better from Blizzard. That's all it is, really. I probably shouldn't. Like, that's well established by now. Blizzard hasn't done much to instill us with much confidence. And the truth is, they are just falling in line with what is currently standard monetization practice for AAA live service games. They are not straying far from that line. They're not straying at all. If anything, like I said, they are below it. They are not selling any pay for convenience features as of right now. But it's just, again, it's just the same old story. Grew up with the company, grew up playing these games, StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo, and there's this level of expectation that comes with it. I am not surprised when some pay-to-win MMO cash grab comes out. Like, I don't get worked up by it because my expectation bar is super low.
Yeah.
Even in spite of everything, I still have an expectation bar above that for Blizzard. And so just seeing them monetize literally every possible cosmetic and then add a season pass and then make sure that the shop has that currency. And then I didn't even touch on the early access stuff. It's disappointing. I don't know. But that's on me. I got to drop the expectations. I should keep them low. Keep it low. If I say it enough times, it'll sink in, right? And, when it comes to early access, also, whatever. I mean, they're gracing us with the opportunity to spend money to spread out the server load so that they don't run into the same issue they had with Diablo 3, where nobody could play for like a week straight.
That's true, actually. That is very true, because like when Diablo 3 came out, no one could play it for the first like 2 or 3 weeks. And it was a whole meme about like the error code. I remember that.
you can spend money to help with that, or you can spend money for that early access when things are still busted and you won't even get to play the game. Anyways, I was going to include a whole section here where we were going to like estimate the price of the cosmetics. Basically, I was just going to deduct the base price of the game. Let's say it's $40 from the bundle cost, and then look at what the cosmetics included within those bundles would be for that extra amount of money. But this is also kind of pointless, as these pre-orders and special editions, typically they offer like significantly better value than if you were to purchase these things outright from the in-game store.
Right.
So say maybe you can get a $30 skin in your bundle, but that bundle only costs $10 extra over the price of the game, something like that. So essentially, point is, there's no way to like accurately guess the skin cost from these different bundling offerings. It's just all completely wild.
I can guess the cost of the skins. You want to know what it is? $0. Maybe 10. Like, one guy might model it a little bit and like take different things from different other armor sets and just slap them together. That's what it is.
Guessing. If I were to ballpark it though, I would say average looking skins will be like $10 to $20. Some of the cooler ones, like the premium skins, the glowy ones with all the neon lights and stuff, probably $30 to $50.
Yeah.
There. That's kind of what a lot of games do nowadays with these cosmetic offerings. As to whether or not this survey is legitimate, like can we trust any of this information? We of course cannot be 100% certain. There's no way we can know for sure unless the surveys start going out in mass to a ton of people and they all start posting it. At this point, we've only seen a few occurrences, but I will say the fact that these come from surveys sent out to different regions in different languages, and that the first one was like a cut-off screenshot, but the most recent one showed the survey in its entirety, I think this is a pretty solid chance that this is authentic. We've had some additional bits of corroborating evidence as well. In some of the Reddit threads about these leaked surveys, I saw several commenters claiming that they got sent the exact same thing. But
You're so zoomed out from your character, I don't think it matters to me. That's fair, Halo. It does matter a lot to other people, though.
then beyond that, you should also be aware that surveys like this are very common. Blizzard does it all the time. Earlier in the year, they had sent out surveys gauging players' interest in NFTs and crypto. That was super exciting. But then just recently, we saw surveys like this sent out about the pricing of Overwatch 2 skins, which, as you can see here, part of that survey was just a simple table with multiple bundle options at various price points, which is nearly the exact same formatting as this Diablo 4 survey. So my best guess is that yes, this is real. They do plan on selling everything mentioned in the survey. It's just at this point a matter of debate as to what the pricing will be. And then going forward, we will just have to wait and see what else they're going to ask money for, whether they're going to try to sell currencies, resources, inventory, and stash space. And don't forget, they sold stash space in Diablo 3. Reaper Souls gave you bonus shared stash. That's a thing they've already done. Or even character slots. Like maybe you can only make 4 characters for free and then you have to pay for more. I'm sure we're going to be hearing soon enough though, because there's already also been a ton of leaks out of testing that is currently happening for Diablo 4. Which brings us to the next part of the video. Blizzard has begun friends and family testing for the game. According to Jason Schreier, this started earlier in the month, and while under NDA, he said that it had been getting mostly positive buzz. Now, maybe
Another fun but minor Blizzard tidbit that I haven't seen reported anywhere yet. A bunch of people are playing an early build of Diablo 4 right now thanks to a friends and family alpha test. Players are under NDA, but I'm hearing mostly positive buzz. Of course you have to say that.
unsurprisingly, some of Blizzard's friends and family members didn't quite grasp the concept of what an NDA was, and so now we've got a bunch of new information about the game. So for starters, there was a short clip released that showed the intro cinematic as well as the login screen and the character creator, during which the person recording said, "Bro, I really don't even know if I can even stream this." My bro. No. No, you cannot, but thank you for your sacrifice. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, dude, you're under an NDA, like that. No, you
So the
okay.
character creator had several preset options to choose from for face, hair, accessories, and coloring. There appears to be no option to adjust character height or body composition, so it does seem that each class in the game will have their own distinct silhouettes.
Ooh.
And then when finalizing your character, you are given the option to choose from normal, seasonal, or hardcore, which is similar to how things are done with Diablo 3. But then after you selected that, you get to choose a starting difficulty. There was World Tier 1 called Adventurer, which was suggested for new players, and then World Tier 2 Veteran, which ramps up the enemy difficulty in exchange for better drops, experience, and gold. And then finally, there was an additional layer of choosing more or less guidance for the game's starting tutorial. Oh, and I am not actually going to show any of the leaked video or images here because it's a guaranteed way to get this video taken down. If you are interested, it's just a quick Diablo 4 alpha leak Google search away. Also, bless the people who leaked this information. Unfortunately, since there were watermarks with account identifiers plastered all over the content, whoever did so has almost certainly lost their access. I guess consider it a learning opportunity of what an NDA is. Now, as for what we saw here, there was nothing especially surprising in these leaks. The character creator was pretty straightforward, and for me at least, not too important with how rarely we get a close-up look of our characters in top-down ARPGs. The thing that I am quite interested in, though, is this world tier system. Now, while you may just want to jump to the conclusion that this would function like it does in Diablo 3, where you pick your difficulty, the torment level as it's called, and that scales the challenges as well as the rewards, and then you launch the game and there you go. You have to remember the main difference here is that Diablo 4 is an open world MMO light, and you're going to see players running around as you move through the world. You'll see people farming mobs, doing quests, fighting bosses, participating in public events. Other players will be pretty much everywhere all the time, the one exception being some of the game's instance dungeons. So with that in mind, I'm really interested to see how this world tier system plays out. I would have to assume that we will be placed in lobbies with people of the same tier, especially—
I think how it's going to work is either A, the torment difficulties is going to be specifically linked to your character. So like damage output and damage input is reacted that way. Either that or it only happens in dungeons. Right? Because dungeons are instance-based. Either or. That's what I think is going to happen.
Considering things like world bosses and public events where the different difficulties presumably couldn't play together. Although it is possible, I do recall some games having done something along the lines of encounter scaling based on an individual player settings. So for example, like if I picked World Tier 2, maybe it takes—
Well, phone died, boys and girls. Your boy is gone. I'll be right back. Okay. There we go. Okay, hi. Yeah, hi. We're back here now.
It's like 100 fireballs for me to kill this world boss, but then some—
Oh my god. Right. Shit. Okay, how do I... Oh no. I'm going to be shaking constantly, aren't I? Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Oh well. Well, see, that's the problem with having a dual PC server. It becomes a lot more complicated. So, well, I guess we get the gist of it at the very least. Like, it's fine. Where am I? Where am I? Hello? I guess I'm not here anymore. Hello? Hello? Ugh. How? God. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay, that really doesn't help. It doesn't work. Why? Well, okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna see this as a sign that I should call it quits here. You know what? Yeah. I'll take that as a sign that we're calling it here, boys and girls. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming and hanging out. Like I said, I don't really have a schedule to the people who are lurking currently, but I try to stream at the very least twice a day right after I get home from work. I will, of course, stream more if I feel like it. So yes, thank you so much for being here.
Here's your drink.
And I'll see you guys next time, whenever the f that is. Bye-bye, everyone. Oh yes, and join the Discord if you haven't already. Okay, bye!